Hello, today we are taking a different turn. I'm going to share with you some benefits and uses of plantain. For those of us who come from Africa, Ghana, I'm a Ghanaian. So for those of us from that place, we know what plantain is. And in other places, they use plantain for different things. But I just want to share with you some of the benefits and reading round the plantain and what we can use it for. I find that there are so many benefits which I'd like to share with you. Plantain has calories just like potatoes. So if you are in a place where you go to the shop, you find plantain there, you find potatoes there, just note that the two of them can give you the calories that you need. So when you eat, you get the energy that you need to go about your work, doing your work. Just as you would eat potatoes, you can eat plantain as well. Now, other benefits are that plantains contain minerals and vitamins. And here we are talking about vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B6. And all these are very important for the body. They help with our eyes, they help with our cells, they help with how we fight infections and all that. So they are very good. Plantain contains these vitamins, so we can eat them and know that we are getting some of these vitamins. And the minerals are also very important as we move around. The body needs these minerals to function well. Another thing that plantain contains is fiber. Fiber is good for the body because it helps to make the stools form well for them to come out. If you eat food that doesn't have enough fiber, you get constipated, and that will come with all the challenges that constipation brings, including having cuts at the inner region. And even for some people, because they become so constipated for a long time, they strain a lot at stool, they have what we call hemorrhoids. And these can be very painful indeed. And of course, plantain contains carbohydrates. So the carbohydrate in plantain is good. We know that when we are eating, we should have food that has carbohydrates in them. And this is one of the sources of carbohydrate that you can have. And interestingly, they also contain antioxidants and potassium. So when you read around it, you find that all these are some of the health benefits that we get when we eat plantain. Interesting. Now, when we zoom in on the green plantain, because the plantain is green, but you can have the golden color, the yellow color. When it is ripe, it becomes yellowish. But when it is not ripe, then it is green. So you find that we have the green type. And today I'm going to look at the green plantain. These are some of the things that are found to be good with the green plantain. They are said to be resistant starch. That means that they don't just get absorbed easily. So you find that inside the small intestines, they do not digest. So they are good for controlling sugar levels in people because they take a while. They take a long time for them to be digested. And that means that the sugar level will not shoot up when you eat the plantain. Then they are also said to contain phosphorus, which are good for the bones and cardiac health. Cardiac is the heart, for heart health. And they contain what we call the carotenoids, which convert to vitamin A. We saw in the previous slide that I said they contain vitamin A. So this also is going to support that. And then interestingly, they contain folic acid and iron. And these two elements are good for women in their fertile age group because they help with the blood formation. We know that women have their menstruation and they lose blood. And also when they become pregnant, they need to have enough blood in them and folic acid as well, which is very good for the baby. So this is a good source for them. And it's also said to have natural diuretic properties, which means that when you eat the green plantain, It helps you to urinate. And well, urinating will help you to get rid of some of the things that the body has to get rid of. So that is one of the things that it can do. And because of some of these properties, it's said to be good for premenstrual syndrome. Some women, when it's about a few days to their menstrual flow, they have what we call the premenstrual syndrome, where they feel bloated. Some of them have painful breasts. Some of them have severe pain, a whole lot of things that go on. And the plantain, the green one, is being found to be helpful for such women. So if you're a woman out there and you have such condition, you can try it and see. It is a natural thing. Plantain is natural for where we come from. You can get it in the market every day, and you can get the green type and try it and see whether it will help you with that. Now, in our part of the world, we use plantain in a lot of dishes. We use it for several things that we do. We use plantain. And today I just want to just give you a heads up on some of the things that we use it for. So we have plantain porridge, which is what I'm going to focus on today. And we also have plantain that can be cut into small pieces, spiced, and then olive oil or coconut oil added to it and baked. We can have mashed, spiced, and baked plantain. We can have mashed, spiced, and steamed. So depending on which one you want, and these ones you can use the ripe ones or the ones that are between the green and the ripe one, depending on what you want. And then we can have what we call the red, fried plantain with beans. This is very delicious. It's very, very good for the body, and we love it. We love the fried plantain and beans. We call it red. And then we can also have the roasted plantain with peanuts. This is something that a lot of people use as snacks. You find the women roasting them nicely with very nice peanuts, and they go very well together. Some people also boil the plantain and eat it with soup or stews or some other form of sauce. And that is also very, very tasty. Then we have the powdered and kneaded. You can pound it, make it into a powder, and prepare it into a dough kind of thing and use it the way you want to use it. Then we can use plantain, especially the ripe ones, for cakes. We use it in our local dish we call the fufu, where we boil and pound and add it to cassava. Or we use it in what we call the kakro, where it is the very ripe ones mashed, mixed with spices of your choice, and we add other things to hold them together, bind it, and then we fry, just like the tatale or the fam, which is one that we bake. Or you can boil, mash, and mix with oil with some peanuts. And they can be, this particular one can be eaten with eggs, what we call the oto. And interestingly, this is used for when a young girl comes of age, when she starts menstruating, they can prepare the oto for her. Or when somebody is going to get married, they do that. Or when somebody is celebrating the birthday, they can also do that as well. So that is another way of using the ripe plantain. Then we can have the plantain chips, which is very common. And this one can either be baked or fried. So this is another way of using plantain. I know that in some other parts of the world, they use it in different ways. So you can share with us the recipe that you use in your area. Share the comment section how you use plantain, whether it is the green one or the ripe one. But today, I am going to talk about green plantain porridge. I'm sure for some people, this is the first time they are hearing this, and I would love to have you try it and give me your comment. So how do you prepare the green plantain porridge? First, you have to prepare the plantain. And remember that whatever you buy from the market, when you come home, you have to wash it very well. before you keep it. So in this particular case, you wash the plantain very well under running water if you have. If you don't have running water and your water is stored, you can just pour onto the plantain as you clean it. Then you remove the green skin from it and you get to the flesh. Then you can cut the flesh into small pieces and put in a blender. If you have a blender, you can put it in that blender, add some water and blend until you get a smooth paste. Here, I would like to suggest that you don't pour a lot of water onto it at once. You can just pour maybe half a cup of water for one finger of plantain. And if it is too thick, then you can add a little more water, but blend it until you get a smooth paste. Not very runny, but get the paste that is good enough, not too thick and not too runny. So get a smooth paste that is okay. You can fetch it and let it drop for you to know that it is okay. So do not make it too watery. Then the next thing is to cook it. Now to boil this one or to cook the porridge, you put a cup of water to the boil. So you put it on your stove or whatever you are using to prepare it. Then you add a little bit of salt and spices of your choice. And the spices, you can add ginger, the red pepper, black pepper, cloves, or any spice that you want to add. That is up to you. But these are some of the basic ones that we suggest because each of them has its own benefits. Ginger, pepper, black pepper, and cloves. You can use these ones. Now, after the water has boiled and you have added your spices, then you can gently pour the blended plantain into the boiling water. And the suggestion is that you do it from the side, not into the middle of the boiling water, but just pour it gradually and gently into the boiling water from the side of the bowl that you are cooking the plantain in. And then you stir gently to prevent it from becoming lumpy. You do that, you find that it will mix very, very beautifully. You cook for about 10 minutes, or when you see that it is well cooked. Let it not be very high flame. Just reduce the flame to medium and let it be on for about 10 minutes till it is well cooked. Then you take it off the fire, pour it into your serving bowl and let it cool. You can add honey if you desire, and then you can enrich it by adding some peanuts or milk. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a new recipe for you, which you can try at home. Try it and give me your feedback. Let me know how it tastes like. This is one of the tips that we'll be sharing with you about how to use the locally available foodstuffs that we have. We'll add on other ones as we go along. But for today, green plantain porridge. Try it and give us your feedback. I hope you have enjoyed it and you have learned something that you'll try at home. I want you to try it and give me your feedback, how it tastes like, because it is full of goodness and you will enjoy it. See you in another video where we'll bring you another recipe, which we want you to try at home and give us your feedback. Bye.